Hi guys, my name is Dia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys step by step how I changed my whole entire appearance from looking like this to how I look like right now. So throughout the years, I really loved the process of figuring out what my style was, figuring out what type of makeup I like, and I think that's the most fun part of it, to really figure out what do you like, because in my life I've had so many phases, I've had so many eras, and I'm still pretty young, so maybe in 10 years my whole looks will change again. I still like trying out new things all the time. I still like trying what types of jewelry I like, what types of outfits, what types of makeup, and I always talk about the internal stuff, like how to improve your motivation, improve your discipline, this and that. But today I really just wanted to focus on how, if you want to look different, you can, because I always thought that changing your appearance costed so much money, but I actually did everything in such a low budget. Anyways, let's get into the video. So I'm gonna first talk about my skincare journey. So I'll try to find a few pictures if I can find some. I don't even know if I kept them, because I used to have really bad acne when I was 11. And obviously when you're at a younger age, people question it more, kids question it more, because they don't know themselves what it is. Even I didn't know what was going on in my face. And everybody was constantly telling me, like, what's on your face? Like, that looks so weird, that looks so gross. And that was like probably the lowest confidence that I've had of myself, because I had really bad skin. I didn't only have acne, but I would try to pop it, and obviously it would leave me to have scars, and it was really bad. So I felt really insecure about it, and I had no idea how to take care of my skin. I knew that if I put too much product on my face, then it would irritate my skin and then get worse. If I didn't put enough, then it would not do anything. Like, there would be no results. And obviously when you're going through hormones, it's harder in a way to fix your skin. It's natural, it's supposed to happen, but I didn't know. My cousin is a nutritionist, so I was talking to her, and what she told me is to cut sugar and to drink more water. So that's what I started doing. I started cutting the amount of sugar that I was consuming, because when I was a kid I consumed candy like crazy. Obviously I think a lot of us did. But when I stopped doing that, I truly started to see improvements in my skin. But obviously it's still not enough. Like, I still needed to go and find products that could fix my face. Truly, I think the best product, the best cleanser that I still use to this day is the CeraVe cleanser. I've tried so many cleansers, you guys don't understand. I've tried almost every single cleanser from the drugstore, and the only one that truly worked was the CeraVe one. That truly helped me clear my skin, and I think I found out about it like 2 years later. And I also would use this pimple cream, and the good thing about pimple cream is that it really just helps burn the pimples. It helps dry out the pimples. And I think the most important part to, if you're having acne, is to never touch your face, because I used to pick it a lot. That would irritate it so much. Whenever it would get irritated, it would start bleeding. So when you put some types of acid on your face, it obviously burns your face, and that's what I used to do a lot, and that's what actually made it worse. Also, picking on your skin constantly gave me so many scars. Like, I've had scars that lasted me for years because of pimples and picking on my face. By the way, I'm no dermatologist or anything, I'm just telling you guys what exactly worked for me. And obviously for everybody, I would say that hormones are different. It's possible that my way of working wouldn't work for you, or your way of working wouldn't have worked for me. This is what I did. I just truly found good products that worked for me at the pharmacy. Make sure to read the ingredients too. Like, ask ChatGPT what are the best ingredients for my type of acne. Also try to find out what type of acne you have, but try to find the ingredients that ChatGPT recommends to you, or even a dermatologist. Dermatologist is obviously much better. But if you're on a budget, try to ask ChatGPT, and then do the trial and error trick, and then use it constantly and consistently, because obviously you're not going to see results overnight. You have to do it consistently. You have to keep applying the products every morning, every night, depending on what products you have. Just remember, guys, your diet is also such an important factor. So make sure you know what you're consuming. Don't eat too much sugar if you're having skin problems, because it makes it worse. It also actually inflates your face, and it also kind of starts to give you face fat. Now we're gonna go into slimming the face. This is a picture of me maybe 3 years ago. I'm gonna put some more pictures here. I used to have a chubbier face. I've always had a slimmer body. My face was pretty chubby. And I think this leads back to what I was talking about before, me eating a lot of sugar. It's not just eating sugar, it's also drinking sugar. It's obviously really difficult, especially when you're a kid. So what I started doing is I put goals to myself. I said, okay, I'm gonna have some sugar, but I'm not gonna have too much of it. And what I decided to do is I was going to progressively just reduce the amount of sugar that I was consuming. That's how I just like started cutting off my sugar. There always should be some type of balance in your diet. Once I started doing this, I genuinely started to see results in my face. But also, important to note, it's also because of age. When you're younger, you have like baby fat, but it was also because of the sugar too. You could see my cheekbones, it's more defined now. That's genuinely one of the best things that I did for my face. You can also search up on YouTube facial exercises or even use a gua sha. That's what I was also doing. I was doing facial exercises. You can find a bunch of them for like 10 minutes, do them a day, and then it could help strengthen the muscles in your face. Or you could even use a gua sha. I haven't done that much, but I was mostly doing the facial exercises. Also, the structure of my eyebrows, super important. When I was younger, I used to have really thick eyebrows, and I always knew that that didn't really suit me, but I was just too scared to touch my eyebrows. But I started looking at tutorials and Pinterest and people doing the eyebrows the best way that it would suit their face, and I think that's so life-changing. I started to thin out my eyebrows and give it that elevated look for, once again, having the snatched face look. And how I did that is I would use the little facial razor specifically for eyebrows, and I would use tweezers. I think it took me a lot of tries to finally attempt getting the eyebrows that I like. Even now, I'm still trying to change them. Like, I'm still trying to see what looks best on me. But yeah, if you want to go budget friendly, try doing your eyebrows yourself. There's even those little stencils for eyebrows. I used to have them. I used to use them all the time. And to get the fuller look, I use my eyebrow pencil, the Benefit eyebrow pencil. Wait, let me show you guys. This is the one that I have. Try to find the best eyebrow shape that suits your face. And if you don't know what type of face you have, literally ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT helps so much. Just take a picture of your face and then ask it, what type of face shape do I have? And then it's gonna tell you. And then you can even ask it, what type of eyebrow shape would suit me the best? And it's gonna tell you. Okay, next we're gonna go to makeup. So I was talking a little bit about my makeup right now, but I used to not know how to do makeup at all. I didn't know how to do mascara, but one of my friends actually told me a trick on how to do mascara properly. Basically, what you do is you curl your lashes, you use a heater, and then you brush it in an upwards motion while closing your eyes halfway. And that's how I learned to do mascara. Right now I'm using clusters, it's not mascara. The biggest life-changing makeup trick for me is contour. Contour changed my whole game, but to have that really defined bone structure, I use contour to define my features. Once you know what you're doing with makeup, you could truly change the way you look. The way I see makeup is to never change your appearance, to never fully change the way you look, but to elevate the way you look. And same thing for my brows. I have very light brows naturally, but I fill it in. The same thing for my lips. I like to overline them a little bit. Another game changer for me is also highlighter and concealer, because concealer, I learned that if you place them at the correct spots, it can also help you create that natural elevated look. Like whenever I do my contour up here, I put concealer to make it look snatched and not just brown. Same thing for here, same thing for my nose. And it doesn't only help with the under eyes, it helps with actually creating that lift effect. And the same thing for highlighter, and highlighter is to really just pop your cheekbones out. So yeah, I think it's very important for you to find the specific makeup that looks best on your face, or scroll through makeup looks that really inspires you. Try out the makeup tutorials that you're seeing, that you're being inspired by. Okay, now we're gonna talk about hair. For my hair, when I was younger, I used to have super wavy hair, but when I was a baby, I had really curly hair. So basically, I never used to know how to take care of my hair. Wavy hair is just hard to manage in general, and a lot of people were telling me that you should start using curl creams and this and that, and I genuinely did try, but it would always make my hair super oily, because I don't think that it was my hair type. I think it was for people with very curly hair, and I know a lot of people with very curly hair in my life, and it looks beautiful. Like the locks and everything look beautiful because they genuinely know how to take care of their hair, but I just never knew how because I don't have curly hair, but I don't have straight hair. I try to find what haircuts suit me the most. I've done like so many experiences with my hair. Basically what I started doing, started analyzing what color and what shape would look best with my face and with my skin tone. So I try to search up on Pinterest people that looked like me, and it would pop up some random girl, and then I would scroll through these pictures and then see what hair type, what hairstyle looks best on them. I used Pinterest as an inspiration and it started to look good. Next, I searched up what hair color would look best on my skin tone because I never really knew. I've always had really dark brown hair, but what I started doing is I actually did my hair last summer. I used Jessica Alba's reference, and I think that finding the hair color for your skin tone looks amazing. I was getting a lot of compliments on it. It looked really good. And I'm not saying anything about natural dark hair. I'm just saying that I found a way to manage to keep my natural dark hair, but to enhance the looks a bit. Again, it all goes back to the niche that I'm going for and the looks aesthetic that I'm going for as well. I'm also gonna say the same thing about my outfits, vibe, and my niche. Trends come and go. When I was younger, I unfortunately did follow the trends. I followed whatever was trending, and doesn't necessarily mean that it looks good. It looks good on some people. It didn't look good on me. I remember the 8th grade, everybody had their emo phase, and I had my emo phase as well. Their grungy era, I also had my grungy era. I think there were so many eras that I tried to follow, but that just genuinely didn't match who I was. I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop following trends. I'm gonna stop following whatever is popular, TikTok, whatever everybody's wearing. Depending on my body type, I try to find tops that just snatch me. I think that ever since I started doing that, I started getting a lot of compliments on my fit more than I did before, than just following trends. The biggest realization that I've had is that just because something looks good on somebody doesn't mean that it looks good on you. And sure, you can try to see if it looks good on you, but if it doesn't, then just don't follow it. Even same thing for accessories, and same thing for the vibe and the niche. I think my niche right now, what I'm going for is this. This is basically my whole Pinterest board, and I'm actually loving this era right now. Like, it's so me. I'm loving the huge accessories, like those thick chunky glasses with the chunky bags. It's something that I'm really going for right now. Pinterest also, like, if you just don't know what to wear, it gives you a whole closet of things to wear. If you're going to the store and you just like, you want to look like a certain way but you just don't know how, you search up the fits that you saved, and then you buy something similar to that, and then you try them on, and if you like it, and you buy it. And it helps you just become like the person you want to look. So since I've been little, I've always been relatively slim. I've always had fast metabolism. It's just the body type that I grew up with my whole life. I did dance for 13 years. Doing dance really enhanced my muscles in my legs. When I was 15, I stopped doing dance, so for a few years I just stopped and muscles started to go away. So I had to try to find a way to tone my body and just elevate the definition of my body, but I just didn't know how. So what I started doing is I started doing research, and I found out that the best way to do this for me is doing Pilates. And I actually loved it so much. I've been doing it for a year and a half constantly, every single day. I just took time out of my day to do Pilates, and I love the results. Like, this is what my muscles look like right now. And honestly, finding the best workout for your body type is also the most important, or even having goals to achieve your dream body is so important, because you don't understand how much it can boost somebody's confidence just being able to discipline yourself every single day, telling yourself, okay, I'm gonna do this. The whole time of doing Pilates every single day, I wasn't thinking like, I need to get abs, I need to get toned muscles. I was just enjoying the process of it. I think the most important part of discipline is setting yourself short-term goals. Never ever in a million years set yourself with long-term goals, because you are never going to achieve these goals. Trust me, I've tried and I've failed so many times. So many times where I've tried doing weightlifting and different types of things, but I didn't think that it was for me. And so when I started doing Pilates, I gave myself short-term goals. I said, okay, for 1 week, I'm gonna do Pilates, I'm gonna see if I like it, and then I'm gonna achieve 1 week of doing Pilates every single day. And then I said the same thing for 2 weeks. Okay, I'm gonna do this for 2 weeks. I did it for 2 weeks. I did it for 3 weeks. I did it for 4 weeks, every single day. And then I was so happy with doing it for 1 month, every single day. So that mindset just kept repeating. You'll see that how months will fly by so fast without even realizing it, because you're not going to tell yourself, oh, I'm going to do Pilates for 2 years, and then you give up midway, because it's impossible to think that way, because you're going to exhaust yourself and you're going to think like, oh, that's such a long time, like I don't feel like doing it. But doing short-term goals, body goals, actually helped me so much. So I think that finding the best type of workout for yourself is the best thing that you could do. It doesn't only help you enjoy the process more, but it also like gives you the results that you want. I have a friend, she loves running. Every single day she runs. And you see, me personally, I don't think I could do that every single day, but she loves doing it. And she has a toned body. And some people that I know love going to the gym and love doing weightlifting, using the machines and everything. And they love doing that and they look amazing, like they look so good. But for me, I think that this type of workout works best for me and I love doing it. Do it because you like doing it. Like, even when you're looking to do something, try to find the process more enjoyable than it is. Working out every single day goes back to me defining my face. It helps you lose facial fat and any types of fats in your body. When I started doing Pilates, I started with zero equipment. I just literally followed a YouTube tutorial. The thing is, if you want to start doing Pilates, you don't need to go to those expensive classes, like paying $2,000 a year or something. You can literally follow a video. I really like to follow Rosie Graham's videos. She does 30-day challenges, because I think that repeating the same video every single day will bore you at some point, and it doesn't give you necessarily a challenge. But I really like to follow her videos because every single day it's a different workout and it focuses on either core, legs, arms. Every single day it's different and I really love doing it. A year later, when I decided that I loved doing what I was doing, I decided to challenge myself and I bought those little ankle weights, and it makes your legs feel so much heavier because you're putting a weight on your leg. And I also started using resistant bands. You could buy yourself a Fitbit tracker, an Apple Watch. It tells you so many things about your health on an Apple Watch or on a Fitbit tracker. It honestly gives me motivation to do more. And seeing the results obviously give me motivation too. You don't need to spend on expensive equipment if you don't even know if you like it yet. If you haven't even tried it and you're like, I really want to do Pilates, so I have to buy all these fancy things. No, you don't have to do that at all. That's just like consumerism. Like, people are just feeding that onto you. You can literally just start it from home, and if you like it and if you really want to pursue doing it, you can do it once you eventually start to practice and everything. Also, another thing is that, like, when you're doing super hard workouts at first and it's really, really difficult, like you feel like you can't breathe at the end, or you feel like it's very hard, just not gonna want to do it again. Because I've had friends that said, oh, I really want to try the Pilates that you're doing, and they did it for like a day and they're like, oh my god, this is impossible, I'm never doing this again. It's because they're starting with the harder things first. They're starting with the harder challenges first. But I would say that if you are a beginner, you should search up beginner tutorials on YouTube, and then it's gonna give you beginner friendly workouts. It's not going to give you something that exhausts you, because over time your muscles do develop and it does build, and that's when you're going to start getting used to it. If you want to start doing workout, whether it's Pilates or yoga or weight training, running or athletics or whatever it is, just start off easily. Try doing it for 15 minutes, try doing it for 30 minutes, doing it for 45 minutes, and then it keeps building on. Don't start with one day of workout for doing it for 6 hours and then you get exhausted, and then you're never gonna want to do it again, because the whole day, the next day, you're gonna be sore. Drink water every single day. I still struggle with this sometimes. Try to get yourself like a little tool to remind you. Maybe buy yourself a water bottle that you genuinely love, that motivates you to drink from it every day. The foods, yes, healthier foods can be more expensive, but try to make them from home, or buy healthier foods but not in an expensive place. Because what we often tend to do is that we buy junk food because it's cheaper, but it also gives you that dopamine hit and it also fills your cravings more. That's the problem with junk food. That's why everybody just eats it all the time. Or even like, you can make a smoothie with like a ton of protein in it, peanut butter in your smoothie, and just change your habits. Just do little things like this every day. Try to find things that can elevate yourself to look better. Another thing that I want to say is for your jewelry, find what type of jewelry looks good on you. Silver jewelry looks good on me. Gold has never looked good on me just because of my skin complexion. For other people, gold looks better than silver. It really just depends on your skin type. I always loved wearing these chunky, bigger hoop earrings. I have since like the 6th grade. I love wearing a lot of jewelry. Like, that's just me. I notice that whenever I don't have jewelry on, I feel so plain. Like, I feel like I'm not me just because I'm not wearing jewelry, because jewelry has become a part of like my personality. And like whenever I'm not wearing it, I'm like, I don't look like me. Like, I look naked basically. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that this helped you guys in one way or another. And it truly took me so long to figure out what I like to wear, how I like to look like, but at the end it was so worth it. And I'm gonna still keep trying to figure out new things about myself, like what looks best on me, what doesn't. And yeah, that's just the process of it. It's super fun. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe because I post videos like this every single week. And yeah, thank you for watching.